Welcome back to an afternoon edition of Doggin It. I am Molina Mike, and I got a guy who is fresh off a win, and I'm curious where you're at right now, Alex, because I don't need to introduce you. Everybody already knows who you are. Where are you at
Hey,
right now?
hey, Mike. Hey, everyone. Right now, that is a very good question. I'm driving towards Virginia Beach, and I think I'm in Alabama somehow, Alabama State, and I still got like 11 and a half hours away. Yeah, that's where I am.
Where are you headed to,
I'm
buddy?
still. I'm going to play the U.S. Open straight pool in Q Master, Virginia Beach.
Nice. How do you get up for a tournament like that, Alex? I think they're paying something like 10,000 for first, but you're coming off of a six-figure match. How do you get motivated transitioning from that kind of pressure of playing Tony in New Orleans versus going and fading 80 Europeans playing straight pool?
Well, just to let you know, Mike, right now I got the passion to play pool again. And the reason for that, because now the competition is in the highest level. And I want to see if I can still do it. And regardless what the prize money is, what the bet is, I'm the same. Well, for some reason, the higher the bet, the better I play. I don't know why is that, but that's what it seems like.
Well, you seem to be
So,
doing pretty good over the last 4 days. If you guys didn't get to check it out, you missed the monster matchup, Pool Action TV, Tony versus Alex. I think this is what, Alex, part four between you guys at least, if I'm not
part
mistaken.
three, part
Part
three,
three.
part three.
So then I got two of
Yeah.
the posters here signed by you guys in my office somewhere around here with the first two times you guys played. You were spotting Tony 9-8. You beat him in that game. I think it was last year out there in Aiken, South Carolina. What made you decide to go into the Lions den, so to speak, out there at Buffalo's, man?
Well, like I said, I wanted to test myself, how far I can go to this game because I'm still learning at the game. And Tony, I just want to see like if there's still in me. And fortunately for me, there is still in me. That proved yesterday because the beast came out of me. So I guess I got hopes. I see the lights at the end of the tunnel. So yeah.
Well, you got to the end of the tunnel, but it wasn't without a little bit of it got a little stormy there for a little bit, especially on day three. Walk us through what happened, Alex, because you had a real big lead. You were sitting pretty comfortable, and then Tony just came back like no other. And before you knew it, you actually found yourself in a deficit after being pretty comfortable for majority of the match.
Well, to be honest with you, I'm not going against Tony here, but the it got in my nerves actually in some way because
Yep.
the he's taking a break in every game. I don't know. I'm sure that's the way it's game plan, but I think it's for me. It's a bit, wrong. But anyway, got there. I talked him into it, and I told him, "Look, bro. I mean, I don't mind you taking a break every other game, and anyway, so you just keep doing it. I think it's a part of the game plan, which is I don't really blame him because we didn't set no rules and stuff like that. But so it kind of like I got off track, and then he's taking so much at a break, and I retaliate. I went to my room for 40 minutes, I believe,
Did you
and
really?
yeah, and then just to give him a taste of his own medicine, right? So, but anyway, I have a little pep talk with my buddy Greg, and he's the one, by the way, is taking me. I pop up, open a bottle of wine, I drink one glass, having my olives, and after the pep talk, I was a different person. And I came back, and I just boom, and I beat him 6 out of 7. So now being down to this time, I'm up. three games coming to the last day. The last day, and the Lions showed and mindset was,
We might be losing Alex. He's on.
you know, that win.
What
Yeah,
was that
I said,
pep talk like, Alex? What was that
well, the
pep talk like
pep
between
talk,
you and your guy?
well, it says, Alex, he says to me, I know that's a lot of money, but uh, but it's really not. Well, compared to the guy, because the guy got money, right? But and that's what really, like, I wanted to, like, because he's not only my stake, because he's my really good friend, right? We known each other for
Right.
20 something years, and here's the guy that would bet 300,000, no matter who I play, if I give him the go signal, right? So he's one of those guys. He's a special guy, and he told me, look, it's like poker. He plays high stake poker. It's just there's a new moment all the time. And then if you take 30 minutes break every time it takes 10 minutes, that means he beat you. He gets into you. So just next time he takes 10-minute break, and just go hit balls or meditate. And the key word is there's always a new moment, no matter what it is. And I thought about it, and he's right. Be yourself, be happy, and that's when you play your best. And that but that proves it right. I turned in to become a happy person going back in the last day, and I played my best.
You guys ended up finishing pretty late, man. I think you ended up with an over 12-hour session. I know you said you took like a 40-minute break going to your room in between that. But how are you staying like mentally focused? Like it's easy to fall back on those cliches, Alex, but like how do you go and follow through with that when you're in the heat of battle and you just saw what happened in the last few hours happen?
Well, I prepared for this for like over a month and a half, right? Because I already know the bet's gonna be over six figures for sure, right? And yeah, I eat well. I exercise well, and mentally, I was preparing for it. And yeah, and when it came, when the problem occurs, and then I was ready for it, and I just every time there's something bothering me, I just take a break and regroup. That's it.
What gives you more satisfaction, Alex? Like beating Tony out there at Buffalo's at his home court in front of his people or the money?
Oh, well, the money part is just for me. It just comes and go. I mean, I've been in a money part many times over. I mean, not only playing pool but playing cards. I think beating Tony, especially in his hometown and the way he's been playing right now, it's really meant a lot. You know, as a matter of fact, I did improve for the 4 days. Of course, I did improve half a ball better. So because watching him, I never knew this guy is. Well, I already knew how good he is, but he showed me more. So by watching him, I learned a few tricks I can use later on to my pool career.
There was a lot of games where he ended up having the lead, where he was stuck at seven a few times and couldn't get across the finish line. How was it fighting from behind against Tony? And what, like, did he kind of surprise you a little bit, punching you back in the mouth, so to speak, throughout that match?
Right, right. I let him know that, especially the last day, I wanna be here like 20 hours or 30 hours. I said, take as much time as you want. I'm here to play, and whatever obstacle that's gonna come, I'm ready for it. Like I said, I was ready for war. So if he wants, I want. I let him know also that even if I need 12 or 30, he needs one. I'm not gonna give up. So I'm gonna try to win every game. So that's what happened.
You mentioned Tony's success over the last, let's say year and a half, and he's been winning a lot of one pocket tournaments, a lot of tournaments that you go into it maybe the favorite, Alex, including that big one out there, the $5,000 entry. Did your game play any kind of concern to you leading up to the match as far as how you've been coming back from the Philippines and how you've been playing lately?
Yeah. First of all, everybody got better. So
Right.
second, and I don't. I'm well. I don't enough. I don't play enough one pocket, especially when I'm in the Philippines. And I haven't been in a battle that much. I'm that guy. I need like 2 weeks of battling day in day out,
Yeah.
like a money match for me to get in that one pocket mode. Once I'm in that one pocket mode, I'm ready to compete. Like I'm ready. Like I literally looking for blood after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I, I'm not saying I'm the best. Like I always said, I wanted to play whoever's stepping up. You know what I mean? So
Well, you may not say you're the best, but there's a lot of people on planet Earth who have watched pool who would say you're the best one pocket player right now. What do you say to that?
well, that's the opinion, and everybody are entitled to that. But we don't really know until like Federer Gors, for example, they're saying he's gonna be the best in a couple of years, and we don't really know, right? Joshua Filler's up there; they're trying to like become a one pocket player too. So we don't really know until you play each other. So well, I all I have to say to them, don't wait too long, because by the time they if they wait 10 years, I'll be 80 years old then.
Well, how open would you and your team be to playing some of those young European studs?
How? Say it again. Sorry,
Yeah,
Mike.
no, no, you're fine. I was saying, how open would you and your team be to playing some of those guys?
Well, I want it to be neutral. I don't want it to be like one-sided way here. If they wanted to play, I would even rotation. I will play them. And they can pick the game. I just let me pick the equipment, and or we have like let's say for example, I will play like I offer them play them temple. Anybody referee rock no jump cue. That's I will play anybody that way.
Referee rack 10 ball, no jump cue. Federer
Yeah,
can get played again.
yeah, yeah. I mean, not only Federer, because
Anybody.
I just wanted, yeah, anybody. Well, if they play me at the Buffalo. That would be nice. They can create games there if they wanted to.
I bet.
Yeah,
How much respect do you have for Tony? You know, because and I ask you with this context, it's Tony's the only one who seems to be interested in playing any of you big boys. You know, Tony's
you
the
know
only one
what?
interested in playing Dennis and to playing you. Every big one pocket player, Tony's the only one that's willing to step up consistently and gamble with you guys. Even though with this same spot, he gets smoked in Aiken, and then he doesn't ask for an adjustment. He says, "Let's just play at my home court." And I'm just curious what your thoughts are on who Tony
But that
Chohan is
is
as a
an
person.
adjustment.
Well, to an
Yeah,
extent, right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But hats off to Tony from my heart. I have tremendous respect to the guy. Truly has a big gut. That already show you after the third day. Most of the people that stuck that much in one pocket, they probably give up. This guy never gave up, and uh, the only person Scott Frost also don't give up. So, and by the way, thanks to Scott, he gave me a little pep talk too. It helps too a lot. So he was right that I was overlooking things and just take as much time as I want. So yeah, thank you, Scott. Obviously, we all know who we bet on. Yeah, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. But anyway, Tony, I got tremendous respect for the guy, and I mean, if you want to watch this exciting one pocket, he's the guy to watch. I mean, he's more creative than I do. I call him the Matrix in pool. He see things that we don't see. You know what I mean? So, not only that he sees it, he executed it. Like this guy is like the probably the Efren Reyes version of American version.
Have
So
you? Have you taken, have you learned from Tony playing one pocket? I mean, everyone
Oh,
considers you the best, but have you taken, pages out of his book and try to execute yourself when it comes to certain spots and tournaments or
oh,
gambling otherwise?
oh yeah, I improved half the ball already just watching him and some certain shot that I usually play and it goes the other way. And it all makes sense when I'm on that table and I was lost what to do. He always taught me in that situation, especially with those like four balls left. And I said, I think that's a better way of doing uh, that particular situation. So yeah, I learned from him for sure. It's like when
Those
I played Scott, I improved a ball when I played Scott. So it's just like when I played him, he showed me a lot of things. Yeah.
when it, you mentioned Scott, and there was a pretty infamous clip of on YouTube of you guys getting into it when you were playing that a headset
Oh
way
yeah.
back when. You mentioned you and Tony kind of chirping at one another. Once the game is done with, are you guys back to being friends and pals off the table, or is it just like the heat of the moment kind of battle stuff for you guys?
It's just the heat of the moment. I mean, it's not really a big. When you're like gambling and we both trying to win, when you're
Right.
young, you just want to like the ego is involved a little bit. You know what I mean? So,
A little
um,
bit or a lot of bit? Because what
I
is it?
mean, like, well, I mean, my ego is not that much. It's just like I just want to play the game. Period. If you beat me, you beat me. That's it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
But you want to win
uh,
though. Like
if
that
you,
means that means a lot.
of course,
Yeah.
Of course you want to win, but look, everybody wants to win, but supposed to be ready to lose, accept the fate, whatever happens, and just learn from it. And I know I lost many times, and I just I go home and thought I think about what happened and what I ask myself how what could I have done better and how can I make it better. So that's my thought process all the time, especially when I'm playing uh, gambling, because you get to play a lot of pool in tournaments. You only get to play certain amount of pool, and it's hard for you to really tell that when you're racing to, like example, like the predator racing the floor, and you made a mistake one just because you're not ready yet. You can only hit balls for 2 minutes. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's very difficult to say you made a mistake. Well, technically you are, but when you don't have enough time to hit balls and you're only racing the floor, and if you're like a slow starter like me, at the very beginning you start shaking, and half an hour later you calm yourself down, and you can't say, "Oh, I'm ready." Can we start over? You can't say that,
You still get nervous,
right?
man, after all these years of playing pool?
Well, if someone tells you they don't get nervous when they play, they're full of crap. They can prove me wrong. They can bet 100,000 right now. I bet you they get start nervous. I'm not saying they cannot perform well, but they do get nervous. You know what I mean?
Which part of
So,
it though? Like it's not, if you're playing a tournament, it's not the money because you played for more money.
well, I mean, like it's just you. It's just you're getting the adrenaline. You're getting the
Right.
excitement. Or it's all in uh everything all at once. You're feeling all this, especially when you're in the final or you're playing. This is the main. Everybody's millions of people watching you, and they're all waiting for you. When when you like you're no one, right?
Yeah.
You could care less because you don't need to perform as good as like you don't have to prove anything. But when people they talk about you, how good you are, and the next thing you know, oh shoot, I better like perform well. That's why I changed the way I think now, and I when people says oh this and that, I just what, I'm just gonna go out there like I'm a newbie, like if I play bad, play bad. If I play good, play good. I just want to try my hardest. That's it.
But you're one of the few players where it doesn't matter where you're playing at in a tournament, you're gonna have a crowd around you. People love watching you play, and it's always going to be deep full of people sweating your match, no matter what part of the tournament you're in.
Yeah, first of all, I'm thankful for that. If people like love to support me and watch me play, you know what? I mean, I always knew this. The fans is always part of us. Because without them, there's no us. You know what I mean? Without
Yep.
us, there's no them also. So it's kind of like a two-way street. So I would love to like entertain them as much as I can. But obviously, this is what I do for a living. I do whatever I can, right, to accommodate them. And sometimes I need to be focused on what I do. So yeah, I like to help people. I like to chat with them when I can. So yeah, feel free if anyone needed some advice, just feel free to ask me. And but keep in mind, my advice might not be good for you. So
How all this started was that Alex was live, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know Alex was live on his fan page, on his athlete page,
yeah,
and I just happened to throw a comment on there. You need to come on the podcast sometime, and then my phone rings like 30 minutes later, and he's and he's like, "Let's do it right now." And I said, "Okay, let me get
yeah.
my girls situated, and we're glad you came on." Um, I'm curious, Alex. You know, you sit at the top of the food chain. I know you're humble about it. Who do you who do you think would be next in line to go and play you, or who would you want to go and play? Whether it be more so on one pocket than rotation.
I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. Maybe I don't know if Shane is available for that. I don't know what kind of game we can make. Obviously, they're not gonna play even. That's for sure. Probably give him the same game I gave Tony. Yeah, that probably it. That probably what people wants to see because Shane's always been underrated in the one pocket world, but they're wrong. Shane is a monster in one pocket, but he just doesn't play enough money match. He plays a lot of tournaments, which is the table that we played in the tournaments. It suits him very well. So
What
yeah,
would that table pocket size be like for you guys if on what would you want it to be if you were to go and play Shane?
Buffalo,
Yeah,
Buffalo Billiards. Yeah, the 4-in-1 that would be great. But if he wants to play in a tournament table, we're gonna have to play even.
yeah.
Yeah, but if he plays in equipment like Buffalo Billiards, I'll give him 9-8.
Well,
And
you know he's playing Tony coming up this December. Are you going to be watching that match at all?
oh, I would love to come there. I even pay money to see it because this is the match I want to see, right? Because eh, it's very you're not gonna see grinding here. I think you're gonna see firepower here. So we'll see. The other one's creative. The other one's a run out machine. So that's good. I would love to see it. You know.
But is okay. So then, would that be the game plan going into it? Would be to squeeze Shane, really try to just slow him down, put him in tough spots, outmove
Well,
him as best as
uh,
possible, keep him off the shot.
yeah. Okay. This is how I play the game. I don't really have a game plan until I play. I play the match because then I'll go from there. Because I my game plan will change to game to game basis. If I see my opponents passing a lot of shots, and then I'm gonna be a little bit aggressive. Or if I see the guy is playing bad, I give him a lot of shots. You know, like a
Yeah,
tricky shots. And if
to
I
get him
see him, the
quiet.
guy's knocking all them balls. Oh, I fasten the seatbelt and I'm in a grind mode. So like it depends. It just depends what the situation is. If I know if the air condition or the table is getting tighter and getting bouncier, I tend to play. I tend to give the a lot of my opponent a lot of tricky shots. So sometimes they go for it and sometimes they don't.
There's a
So
question in the chat from a fan. Mike Check asks, "Who's your pick between Tony and Shane?"
well, this is well somebody asked me this. Well, if Tony is gonna be healthy, because when you play in these long matches, you need to be well mentally prepared, physically prepared. You gotta eat well. You gotta plan out your meal from from your start until the end. Because this is not about just playing. It's you gotta do all this. If he does that, I'm picking him. But if he just gonna do what he keeps doing, betting sports and stuff like that, I'm gonna have to bet against him. So I don't know what he's gonna do. So I pick either one. It depends what Tony does. You know
Okay, well,
what I mean?
you you've been known to gamble from time to time. So if you were going to go and wager, a little bit of money, let's say like a couple thousand, who would you go and fire it on? Just going into it
I'm gonna
blind. Where would you think your money would be more safer at leading into the match?
honestly, I'm going with Tony because he's been in enough action at this kind of money, and also Shane hasn't beaten him yet. So I'm going with Tony this time.
It's pretty strong. I
Yeah.
wanna I wanna ask you. You know, a lot of guys say you're number one. There was another guy who is right there with you. He's not here right now. He's back in the Philippines in Dennis, and I'm curious what your thoughts are. If you guys were to play, let's say a year ago, Alex, or even 2 years ago, when you guys are both here and both in stroke, how would you see that match going?
To be honest with you, Mike, I don't really know because Dennis, he might not be the most talented or most smartest player in the world, but he has that work ethic and determination and the willpower to win. It's uncanny for anyone. He's if not the best, he's one of the best for sure. The willpower to win. So it's very. I know I move better than him, but the willpower is very strong. So I'm not sure how that gonna turn out. But I was looking forward to play it though. But it was scheduled 3 times, and for some
Mhm.
reason I got moved and got backed out. So I'm not sure what happened. But that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Dominic's asking, what would the game be between you and Sky playing one pocket?
Sky Woodward.
Yeah.
That is a very good question. I don't know. You should ask him and tell him be careful what he asks. He might get it.
I love the confidence, man. I love it. This is part of why
Yeah.
people love you, though. It's your wit and your
Nah,
sense of humor.
yeah. Yeah.
So, what's your schedule like, Alex? I know you said you're going to Virginia for the 14.1. Are you going to be hanging out there for the international as well?
Yeah, right after I'm gonna play the one pocket. I'm gonna play the Bigfoot 10 ball and uh, the international U.S. Open, and then after I'm going back to Canada to return my mom's car. Hopefully in one piece, because the last time I borrowed her car when I got inducted to the Hall of Fame, I hit a deer. So far, so good. So
And she still
yeah,
let you borrow the car. She still let you borrow the new car, even though.
I bribe I bribe her this time.
Smart man.
I bribe her. I said, look, if I win, if I lose, you get this amount. If I win, you get extra. I said, I'm in. All right.
Well, she's banking on her son, and she banks on a guy who wins pretty significantly and pretty consistently at that. Alex, I appreciate you making time. I know it's getting late out there because I can see the sun setting in the background there, and it's getting a
Yeah.
little dark. So, um, we'll
There
we'll
you go. Is that better? No.
no, yeah,
Okay.
that's good, that's good. But I just want to make sure you're safe as well. Um,
Yeah.
so if you were to go and play Federer in some one pocket, what would the game be?
I that's I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. Maybe same as Tony. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I'm
No.
not really sure. I have to think about that, Mike. And I'm not really sure because this kid has a firepower and he banks really good. So I don't really. Once I see how I can beat the guy,
Have you
then
watched
I'll
him play any of his matches at all?
Well, I mean, tournament wise, it's I don't I don't really kind of like go there because there's one year you have a tournament that everything you do is it's gold. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
1 year, like for me, example, like I haven't won a one pocket event in a long time. It's just like it goes like that. And then when you play a money match, even the guy who's been winning everything, and that's already show you guys uh, how pool is. Because I already know there's a lot of people lost betting on Tony this time. Because they think I think that I know where it's coming from because I haven't been doing any good. Tony's been winning everything,
right.
and I don't really blame them until. But thank you for the all the donation, guys. Whoever bets on Tony, thank you, guys.
I'm sure you appreciate it, Alex. We'll let you go, buddy, because it's getting late out there and it's getting dark, and you're kind of like a
All
fireman
right,
right
buddy.
now. But listen, I
Okay, I
appreciate you
thank.
coming on, and yeah, man, just be safe and have fun and go kick some ass out there, Alex.
All right, buddy. Thank you for having me, and thank you guys for listening to us. I see you
Oh,
guys soon.
hey, hold on, Alex, real quick. I want to ask you just one more question, then I'll let you go. I just
All
I
right,
just
go
remembered
for it.
about this. If they were to go and make a Mosconi Cup with the Team Asia, would that be something that you'd want to go and work towards getting on?
I can't because I'm Canadian, so I guess America will
Well,
be. Yeah,
well, that's why. Yeah, you're kind of in that middle ground though. But you were born in the Philippines, weren't you,
yeah,
Alex?
yeah. I know. Yeah, I would play for them if they wanted me to. Yeah, but
Okay.
like I
Well,
said, I'm
how about this? If they were to go and make five guys
play
from,
for the Asia for sure.
if they were to go on, if they were to go and make a team of five Asian players, would they beat Team Europe?
Oh, this now you put me in the spot. Damn it! If I have to pick, right? That's a
If you're
good
picking your
question.
five Asian players,
Right
are
now,
they
as
beating
we
Team Europe?
speak, if I'm
Yeah.
picking five, holy fuck, this is tough. Am I included?
Yeah, of course, without a doubt.
Okay, I'm picking the. Who did I see? What I could ban the most? I have two Taiwanese for sure. I'm picking the Ko and the Ko brothers.
Okay,
That's two.
that's two.
Right now, I don't know if I pick Dennis because it's no. Oh, this is a good one. What would that be? For my money, damn it. Uh, I'll pick. What game? Give me a game. Actually, what
N-
game?
Nine ball, nine
Nine
ball,
ball.
nine on the spot. Yeah, nine ball, nine on the spot.
Nine ball, nine spot. Who breaks? I'm thinking Carlo. He breaks good for sure. So, the last one would be difficult.
Oh, so you're saying
Uh,
you a part of that team? So that's four with you a part of that
yeah,
group.
the
You
last
got
one is okay, Asian. I might take fuck. Okay, I'll take Dennis. Damn it.
so no Wu, no Chang, no there's a few other guys, no Yap. It's pretty strong.
Well, like I said, I cannot. They're all my pick, but like you said, pick just five. I mean, like I'm like I'm going by my heart here. It's
I
not
love it.
like who's better and who's not. I think those people that you mentioned, they're all like great players, and I when I pick a team, cause team is like this is
Cohesiveness.
kind of like a basketball. It's like
Yeah.
your bonding. It's like if who bonds together. There's a right word for it. Chemistry.
Chemistry. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, the chemistry has got to be right if you're playing the team. I mean, you can pick the best player in the world, but if their chemistry is no good, then they're doomed to failure for sure.
Would your Team Asia beat Team Europe?
Oh, that's damn. Why you? This is the question. Like, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure, but because we're Team Asia, I would say yes. Yeah,
Without
I
a
would say
doubt.
yes. Yeah, I would say
I,
yes. And
I'm sure a lot of your teammates
if
would as
they,
well.
yeah, if they wanted to try it, I'm willing to. I put like 25K on it, and the rest, whatever. That's all I can bet. 25K with this 9 ball thing, right? One pocket. Well, the line is open.
Alex, we appreciate you coming on. Travel safe. Get to Virginia tomorrow and have fun at the 14.1. And we'll follow up with you and we'll talk to you soon, buddy.
All right, thanks, Molina, for having me here, and all you out there fans, thank you for listening to us. See you guys
Yes,
next
sir.
time. All right, buddy.